Hey there, it's Ben Carter here, the guy behind Excel Exposure. Hopefully you've learned a bit of Excel from me or you plan on doing it in the future. Today I'm bringing you something kind of exciting. If you've ever enjoyed cheat sheets, some of my issues with cheat sheets are that the person who made it doesn't necessarily know how I'm gonna use Excel or the things that I necessarily care about or already know. One of the issues I find is that it's hard to find a one-size-fits-all cheat sheet. That's what I'm trying to address here. What I've done is created an interactive cheat sheet. Essentially, there's a list of every single shortcut in Excel right here in this list. I've got an active column, which is an area where you can put a little X or a number, however you want to mark off the shortcuts that you want to learn. Then you just go ahead and filter to the marking that you made. You'll have your own cheat sheet with the ones that you want to learn. Now, what I've gone ahead and done is I've added an expiration date as well. So whatever day today is, 30 days from now, your cheat sheet's gonna expire. And the reason for that is because a lot of times, we might print a cheat sheet out and never even look at it. What I want you to do is try to use as many of the shortcuts as you can. Since you've already curated them for yourself, you know that you might find them to be a little bit more useful than other people. Basically, when the 30 days is up and that expiration date hits, you should reevaluate the list you have. Any shortcuts that you've already memorized and got down pat, you can certainly remove them from there. Leave the ones that you don't quite know yet on there, and it's basically just an evolving cheat sheet. If you do one every 30 days, for a year, you should have been able to cycle through every single shortcut. I've made 5 cheat sheets here, which encompass all of the shortcuts, but as you may or may not know, a lot of the shortcuts aren't going to be useful for you. It depends on what you use Excel for. If you're working in finance, if you're doing engineering, if you're an executive admin, depending on what you're using it for, it's going to be very different what kind of things you're going to need. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this cheat sheet. There'll be a little bit of screenshot stuff showing you just how to do that, but other than that, I also wanted to mention that my new paid course is coming out June 15th. It originally was going to be June 1st, but we've decided to add some really cool finishing touches to it, including some in Excel grading that I want to perfect. So hopefully you guys don't mind the 2-week delay. I'm trying to give you a little bit of cheat sheet stuff to hold you over. Really, if you enjoyed any of the training I've done before, this new stuff's going to just blow it out of the water. Quality, not only audio, video, but quality of the training, because I've done quite a lot more of it and gotten a lot better at it. I look forward to going through this journey together. Thank you.
All right, let's dive right into the interactive cheat sheet here. If you look at the first sheet here, it says interactive cheat sheet. This is where you'll be playing around with what you want to use as part of the cheat sheet you're making for yourself. I've gone ahead and added some other tabs, essentially taking through the entire listing of shortcuts and divvying it up into 5 different sheets. So this first sheet, which says your first shortcuts, these are ones that honestly I think you should already know in terms of just if you are new to computers, I could understand that a lot of these might be new to you, like Control B meaning bold, Control I meaning italics. But a lot of these first shortcuts are ones that typically aren't even Excel specific sometimes because they're general Windows shortcuts. And I just think a lot of these are ones that you should know in general regardless. So I'm not necessarily calling them favorites of mine. I think these are the base ones you should know before you start going past even into your own custom ones. Then I've got a second sheet here called Ben's Favorites. That's the ones that I think are the best of the best from the rest of the shortcuts. I've tried to make each one page length, so I've essentially been ranking them so that each one of these sheets progressively goes further down the path. When you get to sheet number 5, which is called Ben's Other Shortcuts, you might never use some of these because they're different ones. I'll show that right now. A lot of them are related to formatting and just things that I don't typically use. But again, who knows? Maybe you'll like a lot of these. So that's the whole point of this thing, is that I don't know typically what is going to jazz you about some of these. So I'd really suggest going to the interactive cheat sheet. You will notice the expiration date at the top. That'll be 30 days from the day you make it. Essentially, you just go down this active list. If you see something you like Control Enter, for example, that is one that's pretty cool. So if you see over here, I'll highlight a whole area. I will type in something like hello, but if I hit Control Enter, it fills the whole area with whatever I just typed. So that would be an example of a really cool one. If as you're reading through these, you see other cool ones that you like, you can go ahead and, and mark them with an X. What you would then do is go ahead and filter, get rid of the blanks, and now you have your listing of the ones that you want to learn. That way you can print out your own cheat sheet, hang it up at the office or near your desk, start using them. Figure out how you can save time, because the whole point of this is really to save time. Shortcuts save an amazing amount of time. It seems strange at first for some people to learn a lot of these things, because it's almost like, why would I go out of my way to try to add a new thing to my brain to clog things up? But really, once you start using these often, you will save an incredible amount of time. One other thing, I did not mention in any of these shortcuts, the Alt shortcuts. So if you hit the Alt key on your keyboard, you'll notice that some letters pop up at the top of Excel. These are telling you that if you then hit one of these letters, it would take you to a further part of a shortcut. So like Alt P opens up the page layout ribbon, and then you'll still see it shows all the letters here. So if I wanted to do print titles, I could hit I, and then now print titles shows up. So if you want to remember, I'll do it again, Alt PI, there's print titles. If there isn't a shortcut for what you need and it's part of the menu options, you can always find an Alt code to get you there. And I am not testing it at the moment, but I believe if you add in your own custom ribbon, like a custom menu for yourself, you can also use the Alt codes to go there. So that can be involving additional added features that aren't necessarily in any of the menus. I will show that in a later lesson, but I just wanted to mention the Alt codes just in case people weren't aware of it. So I hope this video is useful, and I can't wait to explain so much more about Excel. But really, the shortcuts are the best way to make sure you're not spending so much time just doing the manual things, just getting around, just making sure you're not doing things the slow way, because you don't want to be doing that. So thank you very much.